Hi guys. So a lot of people have been saying that about the intro being long. If you want to skip the intro, there's timestamps in the description. So you can just click on the description box and it will show you the timestamps and it will take you straight to the content. It's just like 10 minutes in, just go to the description box and then expand the description box and then you'll be able to go straight to the content if you want to ignore the intro. Okay, thanks for listening.
I don't know, but
No, you know what you need, Chantal? You need to get your butt out of the Middle East. You need to go back to Canada and you need to start living a life that isn't just a big scam. I mean, this is silly. You're going to be 40 years old. You're out here, I mean, following some 29-year-old thinking that he's going to love you and marry you and make a life with you and whatever. Girl, come on. He laughs at you. He makes fun of you. I mean, why do you think you're over there with him? Because you guys are living it up? I mean, yeah, you really look like you're living it up. You really look like you're happy. What you need to do is you need to go back to Canada. You need to start putting in hard work. And you need to, if a relationship is really what you want, if that's your end game in life, I know it is for some people. If that's really what you want, someone to love you, someone to call you baby, someone to give you affirmations, whatever. I mean, slow steps. I mean, whatever. Get on the dating apps, work on yourself. Get back to a point where you can walk for more than a minute without getting dizzy. I mean, that would, if I were that in that place, that would be my number one priority. Not who's going to call me baby when I put my head down at night. I mean, girl, come on. I mean, you're not going to be able to heal in this environment, let alone thrive. You're talking about energy. You're sitting here telling us how you're about to fall asleep.
so you're getting help and you want to dunk on Chantel? And that's why I think Shannon and FFG's chemistry is so beautiful, because they're so similar. FFG has to be the hero. That's why she has to always dunk on Chantel with something. Like when she did the thing with BBJ, I stand on this. She did her big one. She did her big one with that one, especially with the way Chantel was running her mouth talking about FFG's dogs and all. When I saw her pull that off, I said, leave it to Chantel to have me applaud FFG. I was pissed. I was like, oh, this was so good. She trolled the fuck out of you. Oh my God. So, just so we're clear, and you heard it here first. What happened with BBJ, rescuing BBJ? The BBJ rescue to FFG will be with the 89 LBs are to Amber. You will always hear about it for years to come. Always. That's never going to die. She did her big one. She had to make it public. And for those saying, oh, it's for the money, I think you guys forget, I've said this before, multiple things can be right at once. She did her big one and definitely helped BBJ, because at this point, I think almost anybody's better than Chantel. But yes, of course it was for the money. If it wasn't for the money, she wouldn't have made it public. Of course it was for the money. Are you kidding? The bitch held she shopped for BBJ's collar on stream. She shopped for a cat to get a Gucci collar for a cat. Of course it was for money. But I'm not going to take away the fact that, like, at least she got BBJ. But yes, it was for money. Yes, it was for content. Are you crazy? That is her 89 LBs, bitch. She is never letting that go. That will always be content in some way.
Isms. So, French fried girls should be worried because Chantal was threatening to sue again. Shadowed that she might have returned to Canada to handle some other business, and she would handle that while she was there. I would be terrified if I was French fried girl. So terrified. This is the woman who couldn't even make a vet appointment, and she's going to coordinate a multi-person lawsuit because she felt duped about her cat being given to somebody else. By her to somebody else. But she couldn't tell you who because the selfish bitch wouldn't even walk down the stairs to go say bye. She handed it to Pete's. Again, many reasons we can't follow through with our commitments. So, And Chantal doesn't have much tolerance for distress or discomfort. If something isn't exactly the way she wants to eat it, she's not going to eat it. If it's not the right temperature, she's not going to eat it. So you would think someone as large as her would be much more picky, but or would be much less picky. But actually, some of the more morbidly obese people I know are rather picky about their food. And like other folks who deal with addiction, can get pretty nasty if they don't get what they want. How many people think that they've probably fought about food a couple times already? I'm sure he was fine with her coming over, but she farted out a bunch of promises initially that she was I'm gonna go to the gym and lose weight and it'll be great and I'll be going to the beach and we'll be travel beezing. If you're too fat for a plane, you gotta do something. Because now you can't even get out of there in a hurry if you need to. There's no shame in buying 2 plane seats if you need them, but if you don't like that you need them or that you're cutting it close to needing them, whose job is it to change the shape of Chantal's body? Yours? Mine? A pill? Some Ozempic? No, it comes down to Chantal and what she chooses to do. At this point, she's had more resources and opportunities and access to treatment over the years that most people don't give a shit how she feels, or that she probably can't handle all of her ADLs maybe on her own, because she was always such a nasty, self-centered person that her discomfort brings people pleasure. We've heard of Schadenfreude. You know, it's the same sort of thing. I don't.
So we saw some boats pass by while we were hanging out by the riverside and decided after we were done hanging out by the river to see if we could find a dock and take a boat ride ourselves. On our way,
it was his hard-earned money to try to buy her food that would support her health. And then either she ordered it without him or he came to reason of, look, I don't love you so much that $250 isn't worth risking your health to me. So if you really love me, Chantal, really, really love me, you'll go on there, eat yourself half to death, and give me the cash. So, I don't know. And she wants privacy. Okay. And where's your husband? Where's your husband? Where's your husband? Where's your husband? He's out with the boys. Thailand, from what I understand, has a very, very active sex scene. So, I'm sure he'll text you. But at any rate, this week we're going to... But she's sitting there, not a lot of people around, but it was the old eyes darting. Remember the outhouse? Or going for Burger King and then sitting in the parking lot, full face of makeup, looking all over the place to see who's looking and who's watching. She's out proud and doesn't care, but hawks like she's ashamed of what she's engaging in. So when she's sitting there with Sala eating, and there's people, you know, not a lot of people, because they go everywhere when it's closed. She's afraid of people, and they want to be able to film, and they're weird. They're weird. She likes getting attention, but standing out doesn't really, like, I think she probably feels like people are staring, because they are staring. It's a spectacle. She's 4 times the size of a normal woman. So I think people are going to stare. That shouldn't be unexpected. Is it rude? Is it cruel? I don't know. Bottom line, it shouldn't be unexpected. And to act shocked would be kind of stupid as well. You've read about it a little bit and saw it on TikTok. Please look better after yourself. Take better care of yourself. If not you, for your husband that you told us you loved so much. How much do you love him if you're willing to eat yourself to death because it's too difficult to try to get better beyond 36 hours? If you're not a 12-stepper, but the bondage of self. She's so obsessed with meeting her own wants and needs that she, to her inadvertently, steps on people and hurts people in that way. There's another side of Chantal that is a complete sociopath and pretty much doesn't care about feelings, doesn't know how to act. That's why we had the wedding cake and candles and she erupted like she was going to shit her pants, because she doesn't know what happiness feels like, so she doesn't demonstrate what it looks like. She doesn't know love. She doesn't know any of those feelings. And so with all this spinning in her head, her marriage on the line, her citizenship being up, she goes on a diet.
One, I'm pretty, okay? That has a lot, and I don't mean that to be conceited. I'm being very matter of fact. Being pretty gets you a lot of privilege. I'm just saying, you can get away with a lot if you're pretty. Number one, I'm pretty.
Okay, guys, so this is the trailer for Femme. It's been released in Europe, but it's out. It's a thriller, and I've seen it. It's a fantastic film. It is out in Spain, and it is out in the US on March the 22nd. So here is the trailer.
Bitches are big man, this high heels. Well, you can turn around if you're a fucking man. You're letting them win.
How you want to deal with that?
I think you're a nice looking lad. On your front. I'm a nice guy. If you disrespect me, fuck you up. I get that. Yeah, I'm the same. Oh, you know. You're a fucking big man. I best remember not to fuck with you then.
Hi guys, and welcome to Tailored Talk. This is just a quick one. So guys, I think that the main reason that Foodie hates Kaibella, obviously, because of the cheating scandal. She tried to take her toy boy / rent boy. But I think the main reason that Foodie hates Kaibella is because Kaibella is pretty by conventional beauty standards, and her looks force Foodie to acknowledge that she's not pretty by comparison. I also think it's because with Nada and now Salah, Foodie has to constantly buy herself access to men, access to male friendship, access to male attention, access to male relationship, and now access to marriage. Whereas Kaibella actually has pretty privilege. She can just engage with men anywhere, in real life or online, and they will spend money on her, they will take her out, they will court her in a relationship, and not the other way round. Sure, Salah is obsessed with money, but I do believe Allah when he said that Foodie gave Salah $9,000 to be a couple. Salah is a gold digger, of course. So with every woman that he talks to, there is a financial aspect. Now, Foodie Beauty pays for his lifestyle. In the beginning of the text to Kaibella, Salah immediately asks how much money she's making per year. Embarrassed, Kaibella puts it off. But Salah constantly, throughout these conversations, badgers her about money. He's constantly saying, tell me how much you make. Tell me how much you make per year. Tell me how much you make per month. Why aren't you answering me about money? How much money are you making? Why aren't you talking to me about the money? Until Kaibella finally says, look, I'm broke. I don't have a job, and I have money issues right now. Now, if Salah didn't find Kaibella attractive, he would have cut her loose. He would have dropped her as fast as Foodie dropped the cats and Pete's. But notice, because Kaibella is his type, white, blonde, slim, Western, because Kaibella is conventionally attractive, money doesn't matter to Salah, not as much. From that point on, Salah only talks about money in relation to Kaibella getting a loan, because allegedly he doesn't have the money to fly her over himself, and that's what I think annoys Foodie the most. Kaibella didn't have to buy Salah the way that she did. Kaibella didn't have to buy Salah's attention. She didn't have to buy Salah's affection. She didn't have to buy Salah's sexuality, and she didn't have to buy Salah's sexual consent. Kaibella just got everything handed to her on a plate because Salah found her sexy. Kaibella, as broke as fuck, as broke as she is, can still have sex with Salah at the click of her fingers without anything else to offer except for looks, because Kaibella actually has pretty privilege. She doesn't have to work for attention or buy affection from men like Foodie does. When Foodie was crying in the car, in the I Hate Men react, which is just after she found out that Salah was cheating and she was revealing everything to her chat, unaware that everybody already knew, Chantal said something very telling. She said, Kaibella can't even afford her membership sometimes. So Salah, go with her. Salah, see what your lifestyle is like with her. And it kills Foodie deep down that Foodie had to pay $9,000 for something that Kaibella got for free. And that's Salah. That's one of the reasons why Chantal broke down in her car. That's why, for me, one of the reasons why she hates Kaibella so much. And it's a constant reminder that Foodie isn't as pretty as she thinks she is. And she isn't as stunning as her family tell her that she is, her biggest cheerleaders. Because Chantal just can't go online, talk dirty, and get a guy to fly her out somewhere, like Salah tried to with Kaibella. Like, she may have had a better chance when she was smaller and when she was going on those Tinder dates and tried to keep herself clean and sexy, I guess. But now, there's no way that's going to happen. Foodie must be thanking her lucky stars that Salah is season 4 Carrie Bradshaw broke. Because if Salah had a part-time steady job, he would have sent Kaibella tickets already. But would Kaibella have gone to Kuwait, or would she have just strung Salah along for money? I guess we'll never know. Okay guys, that's the end of the video. Let me, if you're still here, this is a short one, so if you're still here, let me know what you think in the comments. If you're still here, thank you for watching, thank you for listening. My next one is actually gonna be about Anne Boleyn, so that should be up within a couple of days. Okay guys, see you in the next one.